All right, let's dive right into generative AI. For the longest time, artificial intelligence was all about prediction and classification. It was great at analyzing the world as it is. But now we're living through this incredible shift from an AI that just understands the world to one that actually creates brand new things within it. So let's pull back the curtain and really see how this all works.
Here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll dig into that huge shift from prediction to creation. Then, we're going to pop the hood and see what makes this AI engine run. After that, we'll get into how you can actually customize these models for your own needs, tackle the very real ethical questions, and finally, we'll walk through a 5-step plan to get your first project off the ground. Okay, Section 1. From prediction to creation. And honestly, if you only get one thing from this, get this. This single idea is the key to understanding generative AI, and believe me, it changes absolutely everything. So what are we really talking about here? This isn't just some minor software update, it's a whole new ballgame, a fundamentally new capability for machines. Let's really break down what that means. Let's make this real. Traditional AI, right? It might look at a million medical scans and learn to predict where a suspicious spot is. Incredibly valuable, life-saving stuff. But a generative AI? It can take that a huge step further. It could generate a detailed report, draft potential treatment plans based on a vast database of similar cases, and even create follow-up emails to the patient. You see the difference? It's between just spotting a pattern and actually generating a new original solution. Moving on to Section 2. So we've covered the what, and now it's time to get into the how. We're going inside the AI engine to demystify what's really going on in there. At the heart of almost all modern Gen AI is something called a large language model, or LLM. And the key word here is large. These models are trained on just a staggering amount of data. We're talking petabytes, which is like a million gigabytes of books, articles, websites, basically a huge chunk of the internet. It's that massive scale that gives them such a deep, nuanced understanding of language.
So, what was the big breakthrough that made these LLMs possible? Well, it was something called the transformer architecture, which came out back in 2017. Its secret sauce was an attention mechanism. It's a clever way for the model to weigh the importance of different words in a sentence, to truly grasp context in a way that older models just couldn't. It's why the AI's responses suddenly started feeling so natural and, human.
And that breakthrough has kicked off a pretty intense competition. You've got the big names like OpenAI's GPT series, which is just incredible at generating text and reasoning. Then you've got Google's BERT, which is a master at understanding the subtle meaning behind our sentences. And what's really cool is you also have major open source players like Meta's Llama 2, which is just pouring fuel on the fire for research and development everywhere.
Okay, this next concept sounds super complex, but the idea is actually pretty elegant. It's called vector embeddings. This is how the AI translates our messy world of words into its clean world of numbers. It creates this kind of giant map where words with similar meanings are placed close together. This is how an AI can understand that king is related to queen in a way that's similar to how man is related to woman. It's about semantic meaning, not just matching keywords.
All right, Section 3, how to customize your AI. Because having a super powerful general model is great, but the real magic, the real value, is unlocked when you can tailor it to your own specific data, your own specific needs.
And there are basically 3 ways to do this. You can think of it as a ladder, from simplest to most complex. The first rung is prompt engineering, which is really just about getting better at asking questions. Step 2 is retrieval augmented generation, or RAG, which is all about connecting the AI to outside knowledge. And the top rung is fine-tuning, where you're actually changing the model itself.
So let's start with the easiest one, prompt engineering. A zero-shot prompt is what most of us do every day. You just ask a direct question. But a few-shot prompt is different. You give the model an example or 2 of what you're looking for. It's like instead of just asking it to write a poem, you show it a haiku first. That tiny bit of guidance can make a world of difference in the quality of the response you get.
Now, the next level up is RAG. And this is where it gets really powerful. Think of RAG as giving your LLM a library card. It can go out and pull information from external sources, like your company's private database or the latest news articles, and then use that fresh, up-to-date information to craft its answer. This is how you solve the problem of a model being out of date or not knowing anything about your specific business. Okay, let's move on to Section 4. Because with all of this amazing power comes a whole lot of responsibility. We absolutely can't talk about generative AI without getting real about the risks and the very tricky ethical maze we have to navigate. There are 4 big ones you have to keep in mind. First, there are hallucinations. This is when the AI just confidently makes stuff up that's completely false. Then there's inherent bias. If the training data contains societal biases, well, the AI is going to learn and repeat them. Data privacy is another huge one. You have to make sure it doesn't accidentally leak sensitive info. And of course, there's the massive legal minefield of copyright infringement. And this quote from the author Jonathan Franzen really just nails the core of the copyright debate. You have a growing chorus of creators saying, hey, my work was used to build this thing without my permission and without any compensation. This is leading to some massive lawsuits that could totally reshape the future of this entire industry. All right, let's land the plane with our final section. We're getting practical now. You get the tech, you understand the risks, so how do you actually get started with your first generative AI project? Here's a simple way to think about it. Here is a great 5-step roadmap to get you going. Now, all these steps are crucial, but I really want to call out number 4. Create a culture of collaboration. So many companies make the mistake of treating AI as just an IT project, tucked away in a corner. The projects that succeed are the ones that bring the business teams and the tech teams together from day one, focused on solving a real problem. Everything else is built on that foundation. So there you have it. We've covered the what, the how, and the why of generative AI. We've seen its incredible power to create, we've looked under the hood at how it works, and we've acknowledged the challenges we need to face. So now, the only real question left is for you. You have the framework. What problem are you going to solve first?